that the dog understands the marker when they could be distracted by looking at something else or laying there half asleep, and you say, yes, and the dog looks up at you expecting a reward. Once you've got that reaction, you know that they understand the marker and you can start to use it in training. I'm gonna try it. Yes! Not quite the reaction I want, but there's definitely an understanding there. So what I can start to do now is to actually utilize the marker in some training. So one of Macy's problems is that she's easily distracted and she likes to jump up on people. So what I might work on now perhaps is her responding to her name. So what we start to do, simply say her name, Macy, yes. The second she looked at me, I'm going to use that marker. She's going to come to me for the reward. Macy, yes. Ooh, nice job. Macy, yes. Good girl. Now in this situation, I'm actually giving her more than one reward. Super important when you're using food during training to alternate the amount of food that you're giving the dog. If you're simply giving them the same little treat, one of them, every single time you're giving them a reward or using the marker, the dog's basically going to predict that, and they're going to weigh up when there's another motivator that they feel is pretty interesting. They will think, do I want to come to you for one single piece of food, or do I want to go over there to the possum that's running away? What you need to do is basically make a bit of a gambler out of your dog. So in order to do that, you alternate the amount of food that you're going to give them each time you use that marker word. Sometimes I'm going to give 4 or 5 treats. Macy, yes. Good girl. Sometimes I'm just going to give 1. Macy. I want her to look at me, not my hands. Yes. 1 treat. There's chickens over there. This time I'll give 2. Macy. Yes. Nice job, kiddo. And then sometimes you can just throw in a jackpot, a big handful of treats. Preferably when the dog doesn't know that you have a whole handful of treats. It's got to be a surprise. Macy. Yes. Oh, that was a good girl. That was a good girl. Yes. Yes, it was. It was. You'll notice there as well that I was saying yes, it was. And I was talking to her using the word YES, but not using it as a marker. So I say the yes marker in a very specific way each time to try and make it sound very much the same. This is where it's super important to be consistent with that word and try not to put too much emotion in it, because it's meant to sound the same in order to trigger a conditioned response. If you alternate the way that you're saying it, it probably isn't going to get the same result. That's why clickers are fantastic, because they sound the same every single time. Macy. Yes. Okay, finished. Now we've got the incorrigible pad foot. Slowly learning not to jump up and lick my face, sometimes bite my face. Good girl. Good girl. Very good. So one of Padfoot's, one of the reasons she's here is to do some recall training. So as a building block for teaching that, so she will come back sometimes, but often when she does, she just comes close. It doesn't actually come in close enough to be have a leash put on her. So I'm going to start teaching her touch. Just touch my hand so that I can get her to come all the way in and make a little bit of a game of it. And the way that I'm going to teach her this is using my marker and shaping the behavior. I will demonstrate what I mean by this. All I'm going to do, I'm in a pretty sterile environment, there's not a lot of distractions around. What I'm going to do is just present her with my hand, which she's likely to go and touch. If she doesn't touch it, I'm just going to wait, even if she looks at it. Yes. We've got prior learning getting in the way here. She thinks I want her to shake my hand. Yes. Now notice when I use my marker. The marker indicates the exact moment that the dog is being rewarded for. I'm going to cheat. This is a little cheat. Just going to rub a little bit of the treat on this hand. Yes! The exact moment she touches it. When you're playing shaping games, this is often what you're going to see with a dog that's never played them before. They're going to offer you lots of behaviours they already know generally will earn them a reward. Remember folks, dogs have infinite patience, way more than people. So sometimes waiting them out is the best way to go. Sometimes you got to change your tactics a little bit. Nope. Yes. Yawning is actually a sign of mild stress. Learning is stressful. That is her going, I don't know what you want me to do. I'm trying all I've got, but I still don't get it. Yes. Very enthusiastic. Yes. Good girl. Yes. I'll change the angle of my hand. Yes. Oh, nice job. You can have a few for that one. Gotta be careful. Everything's a game. Yes, good girl. I think I might have accidentally reinforced her for gnawing then. These things happen, even with professionals. Yes. 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 So now she's starting to get it. Yes. And the reward that I'm giving from the other hand is quite a distance away. Yes. Good girl. Yes. Nice job. Yes. Good. Finish there. Good.